is Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Paul Rodriguez Show coming out of Studio 44. OTAs are going. Golf drama is brewing. We got people not attending OTAs that should be there at a Green Bay. And I'm not talking about Aaron Rodgers. The Dallas Cowboys hitting the field today. Lots of people shooting promo videos. People are like making up promo videos. Producer James is in the building. How you feeling today? You ready to get into these topics? We got a lot of stuff brewing.
I'm ready.
Are you?
I'm ready today.
Last night, Aaron Rodgers had his, flowers gifted to Kenny Mayne on Sports Center. Shout out to Kenny. Rough ask though. Kenny Mayne is leaving ESPN. He was asked to take a 61% pay decrease. He said, I'll be out later. I'll see y'all later. I'm not taking a pay cut, 61%. So he had on his favorite people that he's covered over the years, Aaron Rodgers being one of them. They jabbed, they jousted, they fenced verbally. And Aaron basically has said the same thing he said previously. Like he threw a monkey wrench into Gutekunst's plans. He won the MVP. He said, you think, you want to run things? You want to run things the way you think you run them? I'm starting to think more and more this isn't really Gutekunst's issue. I think Gutekunst is going to be the scapegoat, but this is Mark Murphy's problem. Mark Murphy's pretending to be the owner of the team. He's basically going to say, I'm going to be the guy in the back making the decisions, and I'm going to have you all people running things. And Gutekunst basically said, all right, cool, we're going to do things this way. And Aaron kind of voiced that indirectly when he said, love my teammates, love Jordan Love. He said he loved Jordan Love. Loves Jordan. Yeah. Loves his coaches. And that's where it all stops. Never mentioned the GM, never mentioned the management, never mentioned he loves the fans. Those are the real owners, but they're a co-op. There's no one person owning this team right now. So in so many words, Aaron's going to keep playing this the way he's playing it. I don't know. This is news that kind of came out today. Pretty much the starting receiver core for the Green Bay Packers didn't show up to OTAs. Devontae Adams, no show. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, no show. Allen Lazard, no show. Aquanius St. Brown, no show. Devin Funchess, that's the guy we forgot about. Devin Funchess, no show. The top 6 receivers for the Green Bay Packers showing Jordan no love. Hey, man, you're here. You're doing it. We're not going to be here. Voluntary OTAs. See you later. I'm sure there's some money that was tied into them appearing. Starting quarterback, no show. Starting receiving cores, no show. I think it's a message. I think it's a passive-aggressive message by the receiving core to say, look, we're riding with Aaron. We're not riding with Love. We're not riding with, Goody Man. Yeah. We don't really care either. And I think the next biggest date that we're going to look at is all eyes are going to be on June 1 for a potential trade. And then if no trade goes down, the next big date is going to be August 1st when everybody has to report for training camp. So we have about a little over 90-day window where we're going to learn a whole lot about the Packers and what they got going on. Everybody else has pretty much quelled their issues. The Houston Texans let go of Finley, blah, blah, blah. Not a really big deal just because they brought in another quarterback. Tyrod Taylor's probably going to be the QB1 with Deshaun's nonsense going on off the field. Seattle's, settled up their quarterback issue. Mac Jones. Somebody needs to get Mac Jones a damn jersey. Have y'all seen this? Let's show the people real quick before we get into the Green Bay talk. I don't know why they do this, but the Evil Empire decided to give Mac Jones their first-round quarterback the number 50. Temporarily now, but why the hell would you give a quarterback 50? Why wouldn't you give him like 10? Apparently, this is like protocol for the Patriots whenever they're trying to decide what number a quarterback's going to get. They give him something in between 50 and 60. Interesting. Maybe paying the dues, you think? I think paying the dues. Yeah. Like Jordan Love's paying the dues right now. Jordan Love having to run through drills with no receivers. Somebody's like, hey, can we get the punter? Can we get the placeholder? Maybe, can we get some of these DBs who are late round picks to go be a makeshift receiving core.
Is that water boy busy?
Hey, that net that we're gonna throw balls into, that's gonna be your best friend right now. Just so you know, Jordan. LaFleur's over there. See that? Just pretend that's Devontae Adams.
LaFleur.
We'll put 88 on the top of it just so you can have some kind of reference. Or not 88, but 17. Yeah. 17.
Like
Devontae Adams.
Jermichael Finley, 88.
Hey man, Jermichael Finley was a hoss. He had a big mouth. He had a big mouth at Texas. What can we expect? Yeah. Thoughts on the receiving core not really being there. I thought that was interesting. That may get a little bit of a rise out of you. Also, what was your feeling? Did anything change for you on Aaron's interview? I'll let you kind of have those two questions to sit on.
I mean, I watched Stephen A. Smith talk about it, and I was like, yeah, I agree. Like how he was talking about, like, man, this is Green Bay. Like this is like.
What does Stephen say? What did he say?
And now he was like, this is Green Bay. You know, the house Vince Lombardi built. Blah blah blah. Like
Stephen A. Go worry about the Steelers, Stephen. We don't need you over here worried about the Green Bay Packers. You're gonna call Aaron Rodgers a bad man. Hey, look, man, worry about your Steelers and Najee Harris getting signed. But I diverge back to you.
Yeah. He was just saying, like, you know, Titletown, man. Like, what the hell's going on? It's kind of hard to believe that
ain't been Titletown since 2010.
Yeah, and there's that's part of the reasoning that, you know, has got us to where we are today. I don't know. I'm like, dude, do what you want, man. Like, but as far as like the receiving core riding with him, like, yeah, I mean, it's fucked up to say the least. My quarterback. Yeah, it's fucked up to say the least. But like, why is it's voluntary OTAs? If it was training camp, that's different. For now. So we'll fast forward. We'll come back to this.
If it's August 8th, if it's August 1st. And they ain't there, I'll be like, yeah, I got problems.
Just the way he was talking, like, you know, I was there for 16 years. He's talking like he's already gone. I feel like he's already made up his mind.
Yeah, he very well could be gone already. But at the same time, you have to think about what he sacrificed for that team. Like, he went there and sat for 3 years.
Yeah.
And he didn't complain. Now, he didn't have much to complain about because Brett Favre was gonna be a Hall of Famer, already a Super Bowl winning champion. Multiple MVP, Super Bowl MVP. We get it. So Aaron's produced the same resume. I would suggest with less help.
Yeah.
With less help, and especially since McCarthy was there. McCarthy's offense he was running was like from the 2000s. Like 2001, 2002. It was 2010 when they won that Super Bowl. It was a 10-year-old offense that Aaron Rodgers won with a hell of a defense. Don't get me wrong. He had a great defense to help him on the back end. But at the same time, it's like, hey man, you see what Tampa Bay's doing with Tom? Tom's pretty much getting to call all the shots. Shout out to Antonio Brown getting an official 1-year deal done, you know, signed today.
Nice.
You know, Aaron's like, I mean, could I do that?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Andy Dalton getting a call that,
go make your way over, make your way to O'Hare Airport.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just think he's gone. So I'm kind of changing my mind, like, on the hour, but I'm like, yeah, he's gone, man.
You're kind of you're kind of like not getting your hopes up, basically. You're going to set yourself up to not have that kind of despair.
Preparing for the worst.
I guess that's a smart way to kind of look at it, but at the same time, what if a deal... This is what I think. I think the number one way to kind of help smooth this whole thing over is Gunther Kuntz has to get reassigned. He needs a new job. He needs a new title. Go make some bullshit up. Make up a title and put him in that role and put the GM, bring in Aaron and say, look, Aaron, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do everything in our power to go after Julio Jones. You and Mark Murphy decide on who's going to be the next GM for the Packers for the next 5-6 years. But what type of precedent does that set? Well, for those who've earned it, it sets the right precedent. Just like Tom Brady did, just like Peyton did when he was in Indy and when he was in Denver. And I don't think Mark Murphy's going to let that precedent be set
in
Green Bay. But John Elway might.
For sure. I mean, how can you not? With Aaron Rodgers, how can you not? Like, honestly.
You have to ask yourself the question. you have a quarterback that think about it this way. If Aaron Rodgers is not on the Green Bay Packers, if it was anybody else, how many wins did they have? That's a 13-win team with Aaron Rodgers. 13, 1-3. Do they have 9 without him?
6-10, hell.
6-10, he says. Okay. I think that's probably closer to right. Same thing, what happened to New England without Tom? 6-7 wins. Right in that same neighborhood. What happened when Peyton left and retired from Denver? Bottom of the barrel, the AFC West. You have to bring in a quarter. The name of the game, and if you don't believe that, go look at the college teams that are really good. They have an above average to great quarterback. And it's a little bit different to kind of see that, especially, because you have Alabama, who has stacked players at every position in the whole football field. But go after that. Who's the next probably best quarterback? Trevor Lawrence, Clemson, good year in, year out. Ohio State, Justin Fields, good year in, year out. And those are the types of things where you need to have a solid quarterback. Now, as far as what the hell people were thinking about Zach Wilson and BYU, I don't know what the hell, because Coastal Carolina put them in their place. I just have to leave that there real quick. But that's another topic.
Yeah.
The quarterback position is the most prized. You have to make sure that person feels cared for.
Do you think, talking about players that get a say-so in, management, decision making, mm-hmm. Do you think that role is only, entitled to quarterbacks? Yeah. Or do you think it could be, or who,
Aaron Donald, current roster, Aaron Donald, Khalil Mack, who's another player that would garner that kind of. Before he retired, Luke Kuechly. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I'm just trying to run through defenders at the top of my brain. Guys who are all pros, and even at that, it's got to be, you got to really trust them. They got to have all the check marks crossed along the bottom: leadership, integrity, team player, sacrifice for the team. There's a lot of checks that have to be marked. But there's few and far between. And so you have to really think about we're going to take the quarterback's input. And I really think that if Tampa Bay didn't take Tom's input well, or let Tom make a little bit of decision makings, they wouldn't have been as successful as they were. I think all that really changed after week 12. And apparently it's not going to change in Green Bay. Why would they change for Aaron if they weren't going to change for Brett? Why? It kind of just doesn't make sense. Maybe something will change. Maybe. I don't know. But right now, you were lucky when you went from Favre to Aaron. You don't know what you have in Love. And you picked him as a first-round pick as a 3-year project. Thank you, Gunther Kuntz.
Goody man.
Goody man, yeah. I'm just saying. All right, guys, 22 minutes after the first hour. I'm still in kind of disbelief. It's the Packers are pretty much pulling their hair out. We'll get into the Dallas Cowboys when we come back from break, but you have to think LaFleur walking into this mess first year coach walking into it, or maybe second year. It's what the hell are we doing here? Why am I here? This is not what I expected. I think it's gonna take a lot to get Aaron back. It's gonna take a new contract, Julio Jones, or a big receiver, and Gunther Kuntz reassigned. It's gonna take probably those 3 things. And I think you can do all of them except reassign Gunther Kuntz. I think all those can happen except that part.
So let me ask you this: how many years do you think Aaron Rodgers has left?
Realistically,
in the tank, yeah, in the tank.
Well, I think you got to give him at least 3 because he sat for 3 years. His body didn't take any damage first 3 years in the league. So he's 37. So that puts him at 41. And I think with nutrition, if he can kind of get on the not TB12, maybe an AR12 program, I think he would want to play until maybe mid-40s. I think that's going to be the new number for elite quarterbacks. It's going to be the mid-40s. So we're talking about 6 years left. 6. And I'm going to say this, like, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt if he leaves. It's going to hurt even more if Jordan Love turns into the next great Green Bay quarterback and Aaron Rodgers beats that ass in the Super Bowl in an AFC jersey. That's what's going to hurt the most. I'm going to give all the credit. I'm going to say Jordan Love becomes what Aaron Rodgers was after Favre. I mean, what Aaron Rodgers after Favre. He's going to do the same thing, but he's not going to have enough help. And Aaron Rodgers is going to come in to the Super Bowl to face Green Bay.
Weapons loaded.
Weapons locked and loaded. Light the fires and kick the tires, baby. That's what it's going to be like.
I really don't have no like ill will or like any kind of like I'm on Aaron's side on this, but you know, I'm a Packers fan.
But think about what Jordan Love's thinking about. Am I going to have to go through this same shit in 16 years?
Yeah. I mean, how can you not think about it? Because with Aaron going through it whenever.
If Favre went through it, if Aaron's going through it.
It's their way of dealing with things.
Is the way they do business. Let's go to break. We are back. It's the Paul Rodriguez Show. Dallas Cowboy OTA, second day kicking off this morning, I believe. Dak Prescott basically participating in everything except team drills, throwing the ball around, getting the ball loose, getting his arm loose, rather. Cowboy fans losing their mind a little bit. Jaylen Smith bought out the entire inventory of his 54 jersey number, which people were saying was 7 figures. Reached out to Tony Romo to see if it would be okay if he wore Romo's number 9, and I'm like, who gives a shit? Tony's gone. Tony's not in the Ring of Honor, so what's the problem with wearing the number 9? I guess out of respect, courtesy, I guess shouting out to his elders, keeping it the Cowboy way, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, Jaylen Smith's going to be wearing number 9 next year. So you're going to have Jaylen Smith 9, Micah Parsons 11, and then Vander Esch 55. Yeah. Cowboy neck roll and everything.
Be something to see.
It's going to be odd. You kind of got to see it a little bit at practice with OTAs, but man, the whole offensive line came out there. Not everybody participated. I think a couple of people were held back. I think Zack Martin was held out just as a precaution. I think a couple other players were held out as well. But the Cowboys are back in OTAs, man. Zeke didn't practice either. He was held out. But it's good to see everybody kind of getting in the groove. Zeke was trying to stun on some people wearing that visor with his white 21 jersey. Dak Prescott, of course, had on the red. Don't get within 5 yards of him. That's going to be the new radius. Don't get within 5 yards of Dak Prescott. Got to make sure that feels comfortable, feels confident. See, I think Jerry knows how to treat a quarterback. He's like, well, once we get to the right number, then we'll protect you. We'll take care of you. We'll put you in commercials. We'll put you in music videos for SeatGeek. We'll let Post Malone come do a little thing here with the schedule.
We'll let you in on our decision making. You think he's there?
Yeah. Dak Prescott definitely has an ear. He definitely has a chair. I really believe he has a chair in there. If anybody's going to have it, it's going to be him. Dak's good for business. Dude, if all those guys were crying their eyes out when he broke his leg and dislocated his ankle, he's good for business. You know what I mean? Man. I'm just saying, I'll never, ever stop talking about that. That image in my brain of that dude crying, literally face in palms, while his girl is like sitting there trying to like console him. Like, you want to get a drink? You want to get out of here? Like, what are you doing here, bawling your eyes out for Dak Prescott? You can be sad for him, yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Boo-hoo-hoo.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Would you ever cry your eyes out for a football player?
No.
No, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Although I did like how Jarwin came out. He had an injury last year, the tight end. He's a lot bigger than I thought. I thought he was like a 6'3" guy. He looks like a 6'5", 6'6" kind of guy. Bigger body. He was one of the most athletic out of the trio I think they were using last year. But if Dak seems to be getting good and playing well, the Cowboys are gonna, I think they have a high ceiling, but I think they have a low floor also. So it's one of those things where I think they can get to 13 wins, but they could probably also have like 9 losses. 9 wins. It could be anywhere in that range. And I know that's like, well, that's not really a take. It's like, yeah, but it's Dallas. It's like they could be really good or they could be really shitty. That's the thing. And I'm sure everybody's going to be looking forward to, Cowboys, kind of coming in and selling out the stadium, which will easily be done. Little side note, Los Angeles health officials have indicated they will allow for full capacity at SoFi Stadium for the Rams and the Chargers. So I wonder if Jerry had a little something to do with that. Jerry's very influential with like NFL ongoing business. And Jerry's one of the reasons why teams moved to LA, especially the Rams, because he wanted that market.
So full capacity for just that game?
For the entire season.
Oh, okay.
For the season. That's the thing is, I mean, that stadium was built, multi-billion-dollar stadium, and there was nobody in it the first year. And now it's the second year, and it's like, yo, we gotta get our money back here, you know? Can't just be on the tab for $10 million stadium. I'm not sure it's not $10 million, but I'm sure it's damn near close. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to kind of how that kind of goes on. I'm debating though. I'm thinking about I don't know. I may get Sunday Ticket, which is DirecTV. Yeah. But maybe I'll hold out one more year and wait for it to come to Amazon.
You don't like you don't like Red Zone?
I like Red Zone, but I like to see the ebbs and flows of the game. Like, I want to see, how did they get down here so fast? What was the big play? Was it a turnover? Was it a penalty? Did they drive down there? What was the momentum like? There's different factors, and this is me being just like nerd about it. What led to them getting into the red zone? Don't just like put the camera on there because, you know, it's hard to watch 32 games or 16 games and, you know, oh, well, they're in the red zone, so we're going to bring you right there to the action. It's great for fantasy. It's great. But just for me, I want to see the whole game. That's just kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah, not just how they got down there.
Yeah, because, you know, was it there's so many different possibilities on potentially what it could have been that unless you were watching the game, you're not really going to know, you know, kind of like Captain Obvious. Yeah, we don't know. But at the same time, it's like there could have been a factor. There could have been 2 penalties. There could have been 3 penalties. It could have been a big punt. It could have been, you know, it could have been a shitty punt. It could have been anything. So that's kind of why I really don't care for the Red Zone channel. It's highly convenient just to kind of see what's going on, especially for, you know, the points being scored for fantasy. You know, make sure you don't get any fantasy homers in your fantasy draft for Cowboy fans, because it's like, yeah, let me get Dak Prescott in round 1. Let me get Zeke Elliott in round 2, which wouldn't happen. But round 1, I would be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if Dak went in round 1. It's like, dude,
I've seen it happen.
Dallas is great. No, you haven't.
What? Dak
You've seen a Cowboy fan take Dak Prescott in round 1 in fantasy?
Yeah.
DC 4L zombie, bro.
Yeah.
DC 4L zombie. I'm just telling you. Let's get into a break. 38 minutes after the hour. Chael Sonnen was talking about Oscar and GSP.
Was he?
Yeah, but it kind of seemed like he was teasing it, like he was mocking it. He's like, let me tease it and then let me mock it.
Oscar, it's not going down. Oscar and GSP, it's not happening.
No, it won't happen. But I think Oscar's maybe just like seeing what he can pull. We'll talk about that more when we come back. time. We are back. I never really said the date today. It is 25th of May, 2021. Studio 44. It's like an intro all late. But anyways. Oh, Oscar GSP. It's like you almost want to let it settle into like the abyss. It's like it needs a proper burial. How much of this do you really think, in my opinion, how much do you think this is really just De La Hoya trying to prop up Triller? He's like, I'll go to bat for you. I'll piss off Dana White for you. It's like you're not gonna get an MMA guy to go to Triller again.
No,
not after Ben Askren's work. You're not gonna get it unless if they're on contract. They ain't going. Dana ain't letting them go.
Felt like his most prized possession already left.
Yeah. Well,
if that tells you anything,
I mean, I'm just saying.
He's almost like a fly, just like he's
a nuisance. Yeah. Yes, he's a nuisance.
Trying to stay relevant, I guess.
I mean, what should happen is he should challenge Manny Pacquiao to a fight. That would be worth something. Go get Manny to fight on Triller. Go get anybody to fight on Triller. That's a real boxer. Triller. It's a sideshow unless they have a credible fighter go over there. It's just nonsense.
They better have Wiz Khalifa perform in the main event of the concert.
It doesn't matter who performs.
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't matter.
That's their thing. For live performances by.
Live performances I'm going to put on mute if I'm going to do anything, which I did the last time. Golf drama, let's pivot real quick. The Golf Channel had an interview that did not air, but did air today, I believe. Shout out to NBC Universal for the footage. Brooks Koepka came in second or tied for second at the PGA Championship, and he was interviewed. And during the interview, for those who haven't seen it, you can kind of see, we're not going to play the audio, but you can definitely see Bryson DeChambeau walks by right there, and Brooks Koepka loses his shit. I don't know why. I don't know how. The backstory must be phenomenal at this time, but there is a beef going on in the golf world. Look, you can see the interview just totally stops. Like Brooks, he couldn't hold it together. The interview was stopped because he kept cussing because he was like infuriated that Bryson walked by click-clacking his metal spikes on the concrete. It's like, what gives, bro? Like, what is so bad? Why do you hate Bryson DeChambeau so bad that you're gonna lose your professionalism in an interview with the Golf Channel? That is what they do. They promote you. They promote your tournaments, and you're gonna roll your eyes and get all in your feelings because Bryson walks by. What did he do to you? What did you do to him?
He did like that whole Robert Downey Jr. Eye roll.
The flustered eye roll?
Yeah. Jesus, dude.
It's like, I would love to like dive deep into that. And that video, we were very fortunate. Shout out to NBC Universal for putting that video up. It was stupid. It was stupid to kind of see the interview get started. That was only half of the interview. It like gets started and then it just nosedives once DeChambeau and whoever his buddy was walking by there. It just totally ended Brooks Koepka's night. It's like, why was he that upset to kind of have that feeling? It's like Bryson stole his girlfriend and made him and married the girl, and Brooks is still broken up about it. That's what it appeared like to me. Just total pure nonsense. And then it's like, what's going to happen, Brooks? What's going to happen if y'all are leading a tournament and they pair you two together? How are you going to handle yourself then? Are you going to shake his hand once the match is over or the round is over? Or are you just going to walk the other way and take your ball and go home? It just doesn't make any damn sense. Are we finding anything in our research right now?
You think DeChambeau said something to him?
What did he say? He didn't say anything in that interview.
That's why I'm asking. Do you think he
what did he say that's going to make Brooks this emotional?
Well, I'm just saying because he says, he said he was hearing that bullshit fucking Christ.
That's my point is, what did he hear? The metal spikes clinking against the concrete? Okay. That's all you heard. I listened. I went back and I was like, let me just listen to the audio. I just listened to the audio, not to be distracted by the video. And all I heard was just, metal spikes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what they're
cracking on the concrete. Oh, you're that offended that because it's Bryson and he's click-clacking his way through your interview, you're going to have a little fit about it? Give me a break, my guy.
Yeah. Right here it says, so last year the two got into it on social media after DeChambeau made fun of.
So we're getting this from Yahoo Entertainment.
Yeah. DeChambeau made fun of Koepka's. Is that
Brooks Koepka.
Koepka's body during a Twitch stream.
Whoa. Read that again.
So last year the two got into it on social media after DeChambeau made fun of Koepka's body during a Twitch stream.
So he fat shamed him?
It says, yeah, I weigh more than him right now, considerably more, DeChambeau said, according to Golf Digest. Did you see the ESPN body issue? He didn't have any abs. I have abs.
Okay, so Bryson told that to Brooks?
DeChambeau told that to Brooks. Yes, correct. And then
Bryson's like 280 right now. He's been eating protein bars through the damn pandemic.
And then Koepka shot back on Twitter, flashing 4 of his major championship trophies. You were right, DeChambeau. I'm too short of a 6-pack.
This shit started over a body image issue.
Oh, I guess so.
And then Brooks wants to go flex with his major tournaments. The hell out of here, bro. He called you fat, and you got all butthurt about this. Are you serious? Let me get my Robert Downey Jr. flustered eye roll going. We should have had that queued up so we could play that right now. Jeez, I don't understand it, man. This one thing I don't understand is like grown men getting in their feelings because of what another dude said. Like, you're gonna get out of your element because another dude said something about you. You better go home and like check yourself in the mirror, because that's just not right. What you should have said is like what you responded with, like, yeah, I'm too short of a 6-pack. And what? Get your money up. He should have flexed on how much his total earnings or his total winnings have been. That's would have been a bigger flex. Yeah. Just to go show off the tournament. Give me a break, bro. Who gives a shit? Who cares, number one, if he body shamed you? Number two, who gives a shit if you won 4 majors? Phil Mickelson out here winning championships at 50, Jack. What are you talking about? You over here crying because he walked by, click-clacking through your interview. Better go home and cry to your mama, Jack. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, I mean, what's going on here? Where's this fire burning from? Where's this started at? You know what I mean?
If this really started because of a snide remark, Bryson, I'm sorry, not Bryson, but Brooks.
You have a hard time, brother.
If I was Bryson, every time I walk by, I'd just slip him a slim fast. Here you go. Here's a slim slow. I've heard that. Big boy, fat boy. Heard that shit. Slim slow? Yeah. I've heard that before. Here you go, son. Here's a slim slow. Walk by. Here's a Jenny Craig ad. Walk by. Here's Nutrisystem. I'm just saying. Look, man, if you're going to get that bent out of shape because he said something about the way you look, you out of your element, son. That's all I got to say. And Brooks is 31. He's not a young guy. You know, it's like, who cares? And look at Bryson now. Bryson's way bigger than Brooks now. Wouldn't that be a flex if, like, Bryson got that big during the pandemic and then just, like, loses it all by 2022? He's like, hey, what's up, Brooks? Shakes his hand. Looking a little heavy. Looking a little heavy.
That's crazy. Golf guys going at it.
Dude, no, but I thought the beef was good for the drama's good for the sport. But because of the way it started, I'm like, this is stupid. It's stupid because Bryson said something about a body issue. Come on, bro. Like that's why you're upset. That's why you're like the interview stopping because you're like cursing because you can't handle the guy click-clacking behind you. Come on.
That is pretty petty.
It's petty, right?
Petty
it's junior high. It's straight up junior high. Like, don't fucking listen to this. Don't look at this. Jesus. That's what he said. That's what he said in the video.
Yeah.
If you watch it.
Yeah, I mean, it also goes to show that he just can't stand him.
But you would think.
Can't stand the sound of him.
You would, literally, you would think in the sport of golf where it is you versus you for 18 holes over each day. It's 18 holes each day for 4 days. You would think you would have more mental toughness than to give a shit what any human being has to say about you. You would think, right?
Yeah.
Nobody should care who says what about anything about them. You can hold the grudge, but you shouldn't let it take you out of being a professional. doing an interview for the Golf Channel that does everything they can to promote your sport and you as the athlete. It shouldn't take you out of that element. A little PSA right there for Brooks and for everybody else listening. Jeez Louise.
More to come.
I think so. If I was Bryson, it's like one of those things like with me growing up, it's like if we figured out, especially in football, if we figured out something bothered you, oh, we're going to crank it up. Every time we get around you, we're going to crank up a little bit more. We're going to push that button a little harder. We're going to go, everybody, hey, man, this dude gets hot whenever we talk about this. I'm going to go in. He's like, I'm going to go in too. And then before you know it, 2 turns to 4, 4 turns to 8, 8 turns to 16. And you got the whole team riling you up because you can't handle one thing. Like, oh, you looking a little bloated today, Brooks. Looking a little, what'd you have for breakfast? You got that food baby in there, huh? Man, come on, my guy. What are you thinking?
We got AJ in the chat. He says, I like your vids, but it's funny because I haven't seen him like the vid.
Oh, you don't? Oh, you got to push that little like button.
Yeah. Hit that like button.
Maybe it's already liked. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Shout out to AJ. Dude, this whole golf thing has just got me like laughing all the way home. All the way.
You like it for the sport of golf, though?
It's good drama because it brings more awareness to it. I mean, that video, when it originally dropped, I think it dropped yesterday, it had 5,000 likes when it was first dropped. Today, it had 7 million. So that means enough people got wind of it. Here's the other half of it. It got so popular, NBC Universal took it off Twitter. They took it off YouTube. So, like, we were able to get a copy. Shout out to NBC Universal. Don't take down our show. But, yeah, it's like you can't find it. You can't, like, you're going to have to go probably to Golf Channel. NBC Universal owns the Golf Channel. So you have to go to the Golf Channel, like, find that interview to, like, what really happened.
You think there's going to be a clapback from DeChambeau?
Oh, we should check Twitter right now to see if there is one. Let's take a break real quick. We're going to go take a break. We're going to check Twitter to see if DeChambeau has posted his body issue from Sports Illustrated as a clapback. We'll be back. The drama continues. We were able in the break to do a little bit of deep dive on the DeChambeau Brooks Koepka beef. You want no beef? You want no beef? What movie is that from? You want no beef?
Drawing a blank.
Come on, man. You want no beef? That's Jared Leto's Joker.
I didn't see that one.
What?
Oh, in the Suicide Squad?
Right.
I saw that movie once.
It's a phenomenal movie. It's phenomenal.
It was all right.
You can go take a seat in the corner, too. So here we go. Brooks Koepka doing his best RDJ eye roll. What we did was we looked back a little closer. If we can get that clip on there. What appears to be happening is as Bryson DeChambeau is approaching Koepka in the interview, Koepka is stated by saying, I felt it difficult to read sometimes, and Bryson, under his breath, murmurs, just got us started on the right line. And then you have Brooks's deep sigh, RDJ face, as they add on and pile on. Bryson piles on to the shit show. That's what's going on right now. Bryson, a native Texan, really, I think I'm going to nominate Bryson to be a part of the evil empire. I think that definitely fits him by picking on Brooks Koepka and him joining Tom Brady, joining Bill Belichick, and the rest of the evil empire, because apparently they love to get under people's skin and they just can't take it.
In those mind games.
Yeah, that's a hell of a one. Especially all this began because he said that this all began because he called Brooks chubby. That's pretty much all it was. He said, hey, Brooks, you're looking a little chubby. I'm not chubby. Yeah, you're mentally weak right now on national TV.
I'm not chubby.
Look at my phone, too short of a six pack. Yeah, you're right. And still waiting. For those. That's fun stuff, man. I was looking. Whenever I saw that, I was like, we got to look at this a little bit deeper. So it was much more than the click-clacking of the cleats. It was just got to start it on the right line.
I like it. My boys are always out there playing ball and all this stuff, and they like to do tricks, talk mess. But I'm like, dude, remember at the end of the day, you gotta get the ball in the hole. They play basketball.
Yeah.
And I know how I was playing real competitive, so I'm like, make sure you want to say first. It starts with just putting the ball in the hole. Make sure that you can back up your shit talk. If you decide to be like, oh, I'm gonna nail this, and we'll nail it, and the three after that.
Hey man, it's not talking shit if you can back it up.
Exactly.
It's not.
Yep. It's
not boasting if you can back it up. That's just what it is. It's like Floyd says, I just win.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm here to get money. He's like, the Waltons making money at Walmart, Walgreens, Warren Buffett making money at 90. I'm not out here because I'm broke. He's telling the crowd, he's like, I'm not out here because I'm broke. I'm out here because I can make $100 million off an exhibition with Logan Paul. By all means, 40-something years old, go get your money. Don't be mad at how you get it. People just mad because you're getting it.
Yep.
That should be a line we need to put in the intro, a bumper. We need to get a bumper, right? We need to figure that out.
Start adding in little
snippets here and there.
Did he say that?
I said that part.
Oh, okay.
It don't matter how you get your money. People just mad because you get your money.
Done.
See, there it is. Anything new going on before we head off? You got a Dark Side tomorrow. Wrapping up the show here today. What are y'all going to be talking about? Y'all going to talk about what y'all were going to do last week?
UFOs, happenings around the world. What's going to piss people off?
Very polarizing. I would probably say frame it that way.
Yeah.
Polarized content.
I have, a particular topic that I want to talk about, but we're going to discuss that tomorrow. You got to tune in to find out what it is.
Tune in to find out the tease.
Tune in to find out.
So it's a real polarizing topic?
Yeah, I would think so.
Is it political or do they have to tune in to find out?
Political.
It's political?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm curious now.
Okay.
All right.
You think you're in the same room? I'll talk to you after this.
See, we'll talk about it offline. Like Rogan says, We'll talk offline.
Yeah.
That always pisses me off whenever he would say that. I'm like, motherfucker, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
That's why we're watching you, is to get what y'all are going to talk about offline. I don't know. Anyway,
I always appreciate though whenever they're like, "Oh, I was just talking with Downey Jr. before the show about his infamous eye roll or whatever," and then they kind of bring it back up on the show, Yeah. To go into it, I like that portion, but yeah, I don't like. Oh yeah, I'll talk to you about it after the show.
Did y'all watch Grader last night?
No.
Or today?
Did not. No.
When is school out for the kids?
Thursday.
Oh really? Mm-hmm. Okay. So this may be a weekend thing.
What?
To watch the movie.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause there's no UFC this week.
Mm-mm.
I don't know what you're gonna do with yourself.
Man, I feel like
it's Memorial Day weekend too, so there's a holiday. We're probably gonna film. Maybe we'll film early. I don't know. What do you think?
I'll probably be grilling.
Should we film or should we take off the day? I don't know. I think we should do something.
Let me know.
Maybe we should film grill side. I don't know. I think that'll work.
Little how to make a brisket tutorial.
No, not all that. Not all. I don't think people want to see that.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of content game.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to this weekend. I'm looking forward to a 3-day weekend. It'll be definitely like needed for me on my end though. Like for my day-to-day operations, just a good little break to kind of break up the year. We're gonna be on the back. Well, will we be on the back 9? No. So we'll be right smack dab in the middle of 2021. This year's gone by really fast, hasn't it?
Yep.
Or is it just me?
No,
it's gone by fast.
Time in general. I feel like time as you age just goes faster.
Well,
and faster,
I thought 2020 flew, and I thought this year flew, and I was like, did it fly because we were in a pandemic stuck at home, or did it fly because we were busy? Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah, true.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah, because if you're staying busy, moving around, I feel like time flies. But
for sure,
also the pandemic seems like it kind of just. I mean, when we were in it, probably felt like it was going by slow, but now looking back on it, you're like, oh man, that kind of went by fast. Which I feel like pandemic officially over in my book. Not officially. God forbid I say that. God forbid.
I know. I have a feeling when it'll come back. It's definitely not PRS approved. It's definitely it's dark side of the mic approved. It's definitely not. I'm not saying that on this show. If I ever go back on your show, I'll definitely drop that bomb.
Might have to phone you in.
If y'all take call, what y'all gonna take callers?
We might do that, yeah.
Definitely what I have to say. It will definitely. It's polarizing what I have to say.
Okay.
So I don't know. Everybody's here is like, well, what is it? What are you
Tune
gonna
in.
say? Tune in to Dark Side. It's Mañanas.
Yeah, tune in tomorrow.
On Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Dark
Facebook and YouTube.
Oh, and YouTube.
Yep. Whichever poison you prefer.
So everybody, whoever's listening, we also have the Paul Rodriguez Show on Spotify and where else?
Working to get it on iTunes.
So working to get it on iTunes. Great. Producer James does a fantastic job of getting the audio quality perfect. Like, if you don't believe me, like, I think it's perfect. If you don't believe me, go to Spotify and listen to the audio version of the Paul Rodriguez Show, and you're gonna be like, dang, this is good. The audio quality I think is even better than what we have here. So shout out to producer James. Bro, thank you so much. You do a lot behind the scenes and especially on the scenes. Yeah. So I appreciate all your work in getting into this. The Wizard, we've been quiet lately on offers, so that may pick up lately, but appreciate y'all too.
He should be rested up.
Rocking for sure. For sure.
Yeah, the audio version too. I try and get it out every day. Definitely, if you work early, if you're heading to work, you want to listen to it. Should be up.
It'll definitely be there in the morning on your way to work after the previous day's recording.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Because usually, sometimes I even see you get it up before I see you get the show uploaded. Let me use my words correctly. I see you upload to Spotify before midnight, the same night almost, in many instances. So if you work overnight, like you were saying, by all means, tune in, rate it, give us a thumbs up if you enjoy it, subscribe to Spotify. Maybe they'll give us a deal like Rogan. I don't know. Who knows? Definitely be different. Definitely be different. But shout out to those guys, man. Those people making money, man. Shout out to them. Like, it's a good, it's like we're flying in the internet right now. Those guys flew ahead of us. It's like Rogan, Bill Simmons. I don't know if you Bill Simmons. He's a real big basketball guy. He has his show. It's a big podcast. Dan Patrick did his. Rich Eisen's doing his on Peacock. But there were guys who, these guys were all big-time ESPN guys. They said, we're going to do it on our own. McAfee, Barstool, Portnoy. And that's the lane we're flying in. We're just at the beginning. We're flying in that lane. And McAfee, we're coming for you, bro. All love, though. All love. But, motherfucker, we're coming. We want the crown, too. We want a piece. Just saying. But love those guys. They have a great product. Portnoy, too, man. Like, shout out to Barstool, man. They have such a great platform that they have so many good contributors. It's good to see those people like doing it, because it's like, if they can do it, we can do it. So I'm really excited to move forward. And whoever's listening to us now, like in 10 years, gonna be like, man, I remember listening to y'all like when you were in that Studio 44, blah, blah, blah. All you had was American flag and Texas flag and some dang Aztec warrior on the helmet. Shout out to San Antonio Warriors. This was, if y'all don't know, I'm going to say this one time only. This is the helmet of the semi-pro team I played for after, or actually I was still in college. I think I was still in college. Yeah, so this is my team. This will probably be a trivia question in the future. So I already said it. I'm not going to say it again, but that's going to be a trivia question probably one time or another. So if you marked it, bookmark it. Take it to the house.
Let's go to the house.
Well, we're kind of at the house. We're at Studio 44. That is the house. But anything you want to leave the people?
What to leave the people with?
Tune in the dark side.
Tune in the dark side tomorrow. Should be interesting. Probably bring the calls back to the second half of the show.
Hey, aren't y'all giving away something?
And we're giving away a PS5. We still got it sitting. We got it waiting. Come, purchase your
buy a $40 cap to get a chance to win a PS5. Just buy a damn hat.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do.
Or a shirt.
Buy a hat or a shirt. Right?
Or both.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
$40.
$40, that's it.
You're gonna go spend $40 on booze on Friday. You might as well get a chance to win a $500 PS5.
Somebody is gonna win a PS5, and yeah, that's all I know. I'm just ready to get out of my house.
Just saying, you only got limited spots, right?
Yeah.
You got like real limited spots.
Yeah.
Limited.
Yeah.
Y'all better go win a PS5.
Show.
All right, guys. Remember, we're still giving away a cheesecake on the Paul Rodriguez Show. You know what to do. Go like and subscribe to the Paul Rodriguez Show. Also, use the hashtag PRS I love cheesecakes in the Texas Turtle video. You can do that either in the Texas Turtle Challenge video, or some people are already doing it, the promo Texas Turtle Cheesecake Challenge. So 2 videos, hashtag PRS I love cheesecake. Once we get 100 subscribers, we'll do a drawing, and you're going to win a cheesecake. Let's go.